Welcome to another episode of the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. This is Dr. Jenny Gurgari, and on today's episode, I will talk about something that I hear a lot, especially during the summer, from the teenagers I work with. It is the summertime, and there is no rigid schedule. Teenagers have a different schedule. Actually, they have no schedule, and they find themselves often at home, not knowing what to do. They're bored, they go to the kitchen, and they eat a lot. So boredom eating is very common. It happens all the time, winter, summer, it doesn't matter. But during the summer, I would say it's even more common. And the reason is because we just don't know what to do. Teenagers don't know what to do. So if this is you and you're finding yourself bored and then going at the kitchen, opening the cabinets, opening the fridge, trying to find what to eat, or you find yourself eating here and there without being really hungry, then this episode is for you. And we're going to talk about what are some of the ways to fight this summertime boredom eating. First of all, why does this happen? Why does boredom lead to snacking? It has to do with the one hormone that is called dopamine. This is the hormone that makes your brain immediately feel better. Now, dopamine is a hormone that is that once there is something pleasure, like food gives you pleasure. So when you're bored, your brain wants something to do, it wants some pleasure, you get food, then dopamine is secreted, and that makes you feel better, okay? And most of the time, you're not actually hungry. What you're looking for is you're looking for this dopamine surge to make you feel better by eating something, and particularly usually it's something that is not the healthiest option. What can we do instead? Number one is I would encourage you to create a boredom list of activities that you can do when you're bored that can give you pleasure that does not involve food. Like, for example, you can say, when I'm bored, I'm going to try to solve a puzzle. I'm going to put on YouTube and I'm gonna start dancing. I'm going to organize my room. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to make a playlist with my favorite songs. I'm going to create a 5-minute craft. I'm going to paint. Have a list of boredom, if I can call it like this, boredom list that can get you out of this very quickly, gives you immediately something fun to do that you have already thought about, and that does not include food. Number two is I encourage you to ask yourself, am I really hungry right now, or am I bored? Am I really hungry and I want to eat, or am I bored and I don't know what else to do, and that's why I'm looking for food? Just by asking yourself this question, that increases your awareness about what is going on. And if you have more awareness of what you're doing, you're less likely to go and eat. You're more likely to think about it again and then make healthier choices. Number three is have a structured meal and snack time every day. So that means that even though you don't have a structured routine around your school and around your after school activities, you can still have a routine, and you say, I'm going to eat lunch at 1 o'clock, I'm going to have my snack at 5 p.m., I'm going to have my dinner at 7 p.m., and try to plan your day so that you still have that structured meal time in your day. Now, if this doesn't work for you, then that's okay, but at least you don't get into this mode of constantly snacking if it is not that time that you have already decided that this is the snack time. That's the purpose of having this structured meal snack time. Number four is to always keep a bottle of water every day. This is my favorite bottle that I use every day. It's quite big, and I have a few sips of water every day. I find it like having cold water is easier for me. Maybe for you it's like sparkling water, or maybe it is have it with a little bit of fruit or whatever it is, but hydrating yourself can often cut back on that feeling of boredom, because again, you give yourself hydration. Number 5 is you can go for a quick walk. You can get out of the house. You can change the environment. You can remove yourself from the kitchen. You can go out in the sun. You can expose yourself to a different environment so that you actually find yourself doing something. And going for a walk is a great thing to do. It's very easy. It does not require any equipment. So you just go out and walk and then come back. That usually refreshes your brain and you're in a different position to get out of this boredom. Number 6 is try to socialize. Call a friend. You can call your sister. You can call a classmate. You can FaceTime them, or you can actually meet with them and do something fun with them, or meet with them and organize your schedule during the summer so that even though you're not going to school, you can still keep in touch with your friends and meet with them regularly. They may also be feeling bored. Number 7, you can do something with your hands, like coloring, painting, doing some kind of craft can always keep you busy or like you can even cook a healthy meal if you want. Just get involved, something that you actively see yourself doing something helpful that can kill your boredom in a productive way. Number 8 is you can try to listen to your favorite playlist, or you can try to create your own playlist. You can also listen to a favorite podcast. You can listen more episodes of this podcast if you want to. But the idea is there's always a lot of interesting information. There are interesting books. You can listen to a book or like an audiobook if you want. Find yourself listening to comedy shows, like something that it's fun for you, right? And tip number 9 is what you can do is you can practice what we call urge surfing. So basically you surf on the urge instead of giving in the urge, because this urge to go and grab something usually has a peak and then it goes down. So if you're able to sustain that feeling of the urge without acting upon it, you're going to see that the urge is going to go away. So you just have to be aware that right now I have this urge, but if I'm able not to do anything for 10 minutes, it usually goes away. And if you want, you can even give yourself permission to have that snack that you're craving or that you want to do if you still want it after 10 minutes. And finally is try to make your environment smarter. And what I mean by that is because you know you're going to spend more time in the kitchen, you know you're going to spend more time in the house, you can remove all the junk food. Don't just bring chips, cookies, and all those things in the house. So when you are in the house, there are like healthy alternatives. Instead of you seeing all those unhealthy snacks, just don't even bring them in the house. So my final thought is that you absolutely don't have to do all of those things. If there was one of those 10 tips that sounded more interesting to you, then I suggest you just follow one or two of those tips. And even if you're not successful in doing that in the beginning, like keep practicing. Even if you get 1% better every day, that's a huge success. Small habits can have huge results if we're able to be consistent over time and we're not giving up. Feel free to check out lifestyleforteens.com for more free resources. If you found this episode helpful, feel free to share it with another friend. I'll talk to you next week.